Hello everyone, and welcome back again to a brand new video. Do you need to connect Google Forms to Google Calendar? This tutorial will walk you through the process of creating events in Google Calendar based on form submissions. Let's connect Google Forms with Google Calendar today. So let's get started. Before we start with this video, make sure to watch it from now till the end so you can have the full experience. So the first thing, guys, is you need to go ahead and open googleforms.com by going to google.com/form/about. Right after that, go to sign in, and you will be able to sign in to this page. Now, basically, you need to understand a couple of things before we get to start with this video. Google Forms is basically to make forms that people can answer. So it is basically a questionnaire. In the other half, we have Google Calendar, which is basically a calendar with events and stuff like that. So what kind of logic should we use to be able to connect I'm reading tutorial right here, to connect forms with Google Calendar? Well, to connect them both, we could say, for example, whenever there is a submission of a form, for example, there is someone that's went to this form, which is made tutorial, I named it already, I've already managed it. So it is when someone says he ate lunch or not, and when the moment of submission, when like literally it's done, everything good, I want the moments of submission to be mentioned in my Google Calendar, so I can know when the time where people are actually active, etc. So this is the logic that we are going to use today. So to be using this logic, we need a couple of things. We need a third application that will allow us to connect Google Form with Google Calendar, since it's basically hard to connect them both together without any tools. So let's go ahead to Zapier, and from here what I'm gonna do is to connect to my account. I have already an account and I have already connected into it, so you should simply do the same. So you simply have to go ahead and connect into it. Now once it is done, go to the app section. After going to the app section, you should search for both the apps that you want to be connected. So first we have the Google Form. So Google Form, and here we go. After we have that, I can add connection, search for the account, and connect it to your Google Forms. Just like that, it's going to be connected. Well, it's going to be connected with Zapier. Now we still need something else. We still need Google Calendar to be also connected to Zapier. So we search for Google and we wait for Google Calendar to appear. So here it is. Let's connect it again so we can make sure that our connection is good. There we go. Hello. And I'm pretty much good to go. What I'm gonna do is click here and click on not reconnect, I mean test the connection. The test has been done successfully. So what I'm gonna do now is to create a zap. A zap is easily created if you click on create and then click on zaps. Once I have done that, I can literally now be on this page. This page will allow us to go ahead and write a prompt on it. So we can go here and write whatever prompt we want to write. So I'm gonna go ahead and write something like, whenever there is a form submitted in my Google Form, write it down as done event in Google Calendar. Let's click here, send, and let's wait for the AI to generate the best triggers and actions for our prompts. Now, don't use simple prompts. Simple prompts, for example, what I mean with it is something like connects Google Form with Google Calendar, connects Google Form with YouTube. This exact phrase is not something that the AI can manage to make for you, because the AI is doing a specific thing. Connecting is a big word, because it could be removing, adding, creating, making, a lot of action that could be created within that connection thing. So you need to be more specific so the AI can give you a specific action to match your desires. Now, once we have added both of them here, we have to make sure that our accounts are both connected. Choose the form that you are going to work on, which our case is tutorial. So we have chosen tutorial. Click on continue. This test had to be done. So let's wait for the test to be done with And then we have create detailed event. So continue with select the record, create detailed event. Let's go with yeah, let's create detailed event. Then continue. Put here a couple of informations like calendar. Choose what type of calendar you would like. Let's choose this one. Summary. We can here add like this person has submitted his form. Location we don't need. Alright, that's perfectly it. We need to add here the start date and end time date. So we go around here. We copy it. Can I copy it? Yeah, it is. I think so. No, it's not. So I'm gonna just go ahead and research for it. There we go. So the required options are basically done. Let's go here to continue, skip tests, and now all we need to do is to click on publish. And now this app should be starting to work. So just like that, we have now connected our Google form with Zapier and Zapier with Google Calendar, and we managed to make an action trigger automation between them, which will lead us to whenever a form is submitted by anyone in our in this Google form, notification, not really a notification, but an event will be created basically in our Google Calendar. So this is exactly the automation that we did. Now we could go even further to edit a specific event, to delete an event, or basically to make whatever thing here. So we can click, let me just edit the app. So you can click right here, and you can see here the events. So you can literally click and hover and search for the specific thing that you would like it to be happening. So you have various amounts of things that could be happening. So just choose whatever thing you would be able to actually edit or do or whatever thing. And just like that, you will be good to go. So that is pretty much it, guys, for today's video. If you do have any more questions about that, make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. Also, another thing to notice is the fact that you will have to have enough tasks to manage your zaps. So basically here, whenever I have 0 on 100, so whenever there is 100 form that has been submitted, that means you will have basically like an amount on X amount of maximum, or basically a maximum amount. So whenever you have 100 forms, the zaps will be 100, so the rest will not be basically shared with your Zapier account. So you'll be very, very limited when it comes to that. And yeah, so you have to upgrade it in case you were predicting to have more than 100 tasks, but in case you were limited, you think that you will have less, then that's pretty much it. That's all you need. And yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to our channel, and see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye.